set the cards and then answering. So in the exam, will questions be asked like that?
Yes, wait. Okay. I guess everyone is now mute. Just a second. Let me take that question first.
Excuse me, sir.
Just 1 minute, just one.
Sir, his date of birth is written as 3rd of June,
Excuse
but
me,
here
sir.
it's written as 30th December.
Hello.
And
See,
the format
here
is
we are
also wrong.
here we are talking about the sanity of data, right? So here we have to see whether the day, a month is correct or not. So it's a in a DT MMYYY format, right? So it's a date of birth in the date format that
No,
is
it is mismatching
No,
with the
sir.
data
Common
which is
data, there is
yeah.
no
exposed
year
data.
mentioned itself.
But anyway, you can see this one is not correct, right? So incorrect data type of data card number.
How
This
can you
is
say
How is
that?
it incorrect, sir?
How
Card
can
number is
so
correct.
Sir,
yeah,
why
it
is
is
card
correct.
number incorrect?
So that's why this option is not correct. So it is a correct data type we have, card
Okay,
number
hello.
one.
Can you repeat again why first option is incorrect? Well, why first option is selected?
No, that is not correct option. Here, I think
Sir,
some
so
mistake
what
is there.
is the
It's not a
correct
correct
data
option.
type of card number?
Card number is an integer only.
so
But
what's
here
the
it is
error in there,
integer
sir?
only.
But we should refer the data set given to answer the
In the
question.
data set,
We are
the
just taking the
formatting of
sanity.
date is without the year. It's only
Yeah.
written the date
So what?
and
So
then
I
the
think what
month
they're trying
name.
to say is
No,
that
format is not in the case. The date is also mismatched.
Okay, wait.
Sir,
First,
format is like,
Sir,
wait,
it's
that's
wait.
how you
okay,
check
sir. Then
sanity
what
of
about the
data.
card number, sir?
Okay, wait. First, we are
The
discussing
card
about the
names.
card number. Then I will come back to date of birth, right?
Oh, okay.
So here you can see incorrect data type of card number, which is given as a correct option here. That is not correct actually, right? Card number is an integer only. That is a correct data type here. So this option is not correct. Option number A. Okay. So we'll remove this option from the question, right? So anyway, we'll remove this question from the evaluation. You will get the full marks for this particular question. Okay. So don't worry about that.
okay, sir.
Yeah. So everyone will get marks for this question because this option number A is not correct here, right? Card
Okay.
number is one, that is integer value, which is correct, but here we have mentioned incorrect and answer is showing that also, but that is not a correct one, right? So card number is having a correct data type. If you look at the cards also,
Can you tell the correct answer for that?
here correct answer is
Sir,
only
how
the
we get to
total
know
score
that
out
we
of which.
got the marks?
Then date of birth also, because with respect to the sanity of data, the data sets that you guys have provided us, it's written the date, like the number, like
Yeah,
15th,
yeah.
or it's written
So
3rd June. And the
yeah,
month name is given. So we
yes, yes.
cannot write in YYMMDD format at all.
Yeah.
I
The
So
mean,
year
either,
with
is
respect
also
to
either,
not
sanity of
mentioned in
data.
the
okay,
card.
just a second. Either we should mention a date format here in the question itself, or we should follow with the score data set. So don't worry,
Yes.
everyone will get mark for this particular question. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So means
So we'll
will option 2 be the correct option? Will
no,
option
no,
2?
everyone will get the correct marks for this particular question. And as of now, if you look at the question here, only option number D is correct here. Okay, total score
So
is
why
out of
option number 2 is not correct? The row 4?
Yeah, so that we don't mess up in any next question. That's what
yeah.
we're
Yes.
asking.
Okay, as of now,
Sir,
this
one
option
more
is
thing. Can you please provide a format for the data set? We get confused about this data thing.
Is the
There are
format
many
of the date
questions.
is defined from the sports card?
you
Can you
can
please
see
define
here
it? I
common
mean, in
data
which
set
format we
folder,
can
right?
check
Let
the
me
data?
complete first. Okay, so you can see a scores data set here, and here one card is there. So you can see it is 29 is the card number, and you can see it is an integer data type. But here we have mentioned the integer data type, so that is wrong, right? Card number is having correct
Yes.
value as well as data type also. In the case of date of birth, here you can see the different format is mentioned, but here we have used 13th October, right? But
Yes.
here we have not mentioned the date format. In the question, if I mention date of birth is following DT, MM, YYY format, then that will be the correct one. But I think that particular sentence is missing here. So that's why option number B is also a correct here, invalid date of birth. We have not
But
specified the
if it was
date format
mentioned, then
here.
also we don't have to check that particular person's
Yeah.
date of birth.
Yeah,
That
so
is the
even if you look
The
at the
given
scores data
information
set, we are
represents the
not
source
following
data
this one.
sets.
So you can consider that option B is also correct here, right?
So means
So
what
don't
is the
worry.
concept? Sanity of data means whatever format is there in the score set, we will follow, or whatever is
Yeah, the
universally followed.
actual data given. We have to
And
follow
structure
that or the
also. So you
format.
can see mathematics marks is should be between 0 and 100. Total must be between 0 and 300, like that. Okay, you can see here. But total is more than
Just a
300.
concern, like for example, in a question, if it is written, for example, in mathematics, marks is 62, and in data set, marks is around like 72. So we should check that, or we should
No, no,
like
no,
we
no.
should
That is not a sanity of data is what we are checking whether the structure of a data is correct or not with
okay,
respect
just
to score
format.
data.
So press back
Format,
in
right?
this
Okay.
So
common
if you
data.
look
Please
at
go
the
back to common
mathematics,
data.
physics, chemistry, all the marks are between 0 and 100. So if in the any of the particular row, if the mathematics, physics, or chemistry marks is not between in that particular range, then we can say it's violating the sanity of data, right? So marks
You
will
have
be
to
between
check the
0 and 100.
format, not the exact data.
Yeah, not the exact data. But if you
Okay.
look at the total here, it is 398. But in the score data set, we have the total score must be between 0 and 300, right? Not more than that. But here it is 398, which is not possible for the scores data set. That's why option number 4 is correct here, right? So name is Harish, gender is M, that
So
is
then,
fine.
sir, then sir,
That
the
means
values
whatever range
If the
is
score is
present in
under
the
the
45
data
and
set,
300,
we have to
99,
follow that. Means practically
are there in the
the total score, it is not invalid because the total score can be that, and the date of birth also, the DDMM is a correct format. But sanity of data, what is the concept? We have to follow the only the score data set, or only the what is actually happens.
Here we have mentioned about the score data set. So you have to look at the template, right? So in the exam also, you will get the template here. If you go back to a common data set, so you will
yes,
get
in
this
that
template in
scores
your
PDF?
question paper. Yeah, this you can see this particular
No,
image.
sir,
So
the
this,
other file. Press the other file.
yeah. You can also see here date of birth, right? Score data set. So this will be given in the exam, and you can see date of birth, name, city, town, mathematics. So this is a template you
So,
can follow, or you can
so in the
actually go.
exam, the card will be given, or we have to remember them.
Excuse me,
Sir, can
sir.
you press back?
This is what I am
Sir,
saying. In the
Common
exam, this
data.
template will be given to you. This
The
dataset
third PDF.
template. You can
sir,
see.
can
Just
I ask a question, sir?
wait, let me complete. So
Okay.
in the exam, this data set template will be given and all the question will be based on this particular template only, right?
Okay.
So if you look at this course data set template here, we have given the column number and its data also, right? Sample data 0, row number, name, like that, right? So from this also you can solve this particular question. So you don't require actual data to solve that particular question. Just the template is required. That's it, right?
so the
So
And
can I
score
ask
is
my
under
question, sir?
300
and
and the
here
sum
for
is
question
not
number
correct.
9, we are going to give marks to everyone as this option is not correct. So
So
Excuse me,
can I
sir.
just ask my question, sir?
okay, let me go one by one. So I
So
have
one
over
second. Yeah.
Neil Chandra. Yes, go ahead. Any doubt? Neil? Right. Okay. Himanshu Kumar.
Sir, I'm Neil
Actually,
Chandra. I
I
was
have
not
doubt
able to
in
unmute. Sir, actually, I was trying to
practice
ask that.
assignment
I
2,
was
question
trying to
number 8.
understand. Hello.
Okay, wait. Those who have doubt in graded assignment or practice assignment question, please lower your hand. Okay. I will discuss the week 2 concept and I will take your doubts. Anyone having doubt in only graded assignment week 1, please raise your hand. Rest everyone lower your hand. Okay. Only grade assignment week 1. That's it. Okay.
So
Uh,
question number 10 as well. I'm not able to raise my hand.
okay. Same grade assignment question, right?
So sorry to interrupt, but for week 2, will there be another session?
Yes. We'll have more session on Monday also, on Friday also next.
So the persons who have doubts in week 2 can leave this session.
No, I will take week 2. I will discuss week 2 summary and take doubts also. But let me complete the grade assignment doubt first. Okay, from week
just
1.
one small request. Can you add the summary PDF in the sections so we can access that?
Yeah. Let me take a doubt first. Let me discuss. Then I will add. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Anyone having grade 1, graded assignment 1 doubt? That
Yes, sir.
please.
Question number
Question
5.
number 10.
Question number 10. Okay, wait. Okay, what is your doubt here in question number 10?
I don't understand what they are asking.
No,
Total
you
number.
can.
Yes, sir, right. Same issue.
Okay, see. So following pseudocode is executed using the words data set we have to use here, right? So Okay. Can you see whatever I am writing here on the screen, right? Yeah. So what we need to find out, what will A represent at the end of execution here, right? So we have arranged the card in pile 1, that is okay. Initialize variable A to 0. So here what we have set, A equals to 0. If pile 1 is empty, then we have to stop the iteration, but we have the more cards. So read the top card in pile 1. If words ends with full stop. So first you should be familiar with the words data set here, right? So if you go back to a words data set, you can see here we have row number, word, part of speech, letter count, right? So every card is having a word, its part of speech and the letter count and the row number, or we can say a card number here, right? So if you look at here, the word ends with full stop. So if you go to words PDF here, we have converted into a tabular format, right? So it is saying it was Monday morning. So you can see these words and you can see it was Monday morning. So after morning, we have a full stop, right? So what will happen here? So if the word ends with a full stop and part of speech is adjective, then only we are going to increment the value of A. Increment is what? A equals to A plus 1. That's it, right? So we just need to find out what A will represent. That's it. We don't have to look at the data also. If we know when we are going to increment the value of A, that is the answer. So words end with full stop. So whenever a word ending with a full stop, it means what? It is a sentence, right? It was Monday morning, one sentence. Swaminathan was reluctant to open his eyes, another sentence. That's it, right? So here you can see word ends with full stop and part of speech is adjective. So for that particular word, for example, morning is there, part of speech is adjective or not? No, that is not correct. So we are not going to increment the count. Again, we'll check for the next word which is ending with full stop and going to check part of speech adjective or not. That's it. So A will represent number of sentences, or we can say the number of adjective which are at the end of the sentences. Okay. So that's it. I think option C is the correct here, right? So whenever we say ends with full stop, it means a sentence, right? And part of which we are checking adjective. So number of adjective which are at the end of sentence is the correct one here. Anyone, any doubt in this question?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyone, any other doubt in week 1
Sir,
assignment?
question number 5.
Question number 5. Yeah. So don't worry about question number 9. Everyone will get the marks. Okay.
Then
Sir,
question
question
number
number
9.
9, I have a conceptual doubt actually. I want to get clear of a concept.
9.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, means if we practically look at the date of birth that is given, that is actually a valid form. But
Yeah, this is also
only
a
in the
valid
sports
format.
data set. But only the scores data set they have mentioned a defined format. In the question, they have given option invalid date of birth. So it is actually not invalid. So how do we consider it? With sanity of data, what is the meaning of that? Means whatever is given in the data set we have to consider, or whatever is the universal correct format that we have to do.
No, that's what I'm saying. Here, sanity of data means what? According to this course dataset template, you need to check whether all the fields is following the structure or not, having a value in that particular range or not. That's it. That's what you have to check here, right?
Sir,
So,
so for all the data sets given, do we need to remember the ranges?
can you repeat?
Means for the data sets given, scores data sets or the shopping bill data set, the data sets that are given predefined, do we need to remember their ranges, all the data? Like you said that marks range is total score that should be within 300. So for the
Uh,
exam, we need to remember those.
you don't need to remember. Na, it's once you practice from the data set, you can get to know na, directly. Okay. So here also in the template also we have mentioned, you can see, right? So that's why we are
Sir, he is asking that if there will be many quizzes, then we have to remember these data sets, or
no
these
need
data
to
sets will
require the
provided.
actual data. No. Don't need to remember anything. Okay.
So, sorry
Yeah,
to
I have a doubt
interrupt.
in question number 9.
So the same question, the same question.
Yeah.
For example, the data card that shows the format of the date is written as May 7th. So if the birth date, or if the date of birth is given in this format as is given in this question, if we say that this is wrong, will we get the correct answer? This the question is for exam purpose. The graded assignment is fine, but what if it comes in the exam in the same way? And how do we go about that? That's what my question
No,
is.
see, in the exam, I think this question is missing. In last term, we have one similar type of question, but we have mentioned the note here that date of birth is following DD, MM, YY format.
Okay.
If we have
Okay.
specified that particular note, then option is this one is correct, right? There is no issue with
Correct.
this. But here we have
Okay.
not mentioned that note. So option this row number 4 is in my data type according to a score data set.
Got it. Got it.
A doubt in same
But sir,
question.
it
So
will
in
still be
exams there
invalid.
will be a
Sir, I have
format
one
mentioned,
doubt.
right, sir?
See,
First question,
either
sir.
we have not specified any nodes, then go to stick to a scopes dataset, whatever is there. But in the node, if you have mentioned this date of birth is following DD, MM, YY format, then this is the correct one. But if we mention
Okay.
it is following MM, DD, YY format, then again it's an invalid data type, right? Because
Got
month
it. Got
cannot
it.
be a 30, right?
Yes. Yes. Got it,
So
sir.
you have
Thank you
to
so
We
check
much.
have
that
to
node
check
The
the
also.
doubt in
format
same
of the
question.
data set given.
Sir, I have doubt, sir. First question, sir.
So
No, no.
in
Question number 9, anyone doubt?
yes,
Anyone
sir.
having doubt? Okay.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Sir,
In
his
the
date of birth is written as 3rd June. So even if the note was mentioned, all the other information is correct. Like his maths mark are the same, physics and chemistry mark are all the same.
Hmm.
That is also with respect to sanity of data, it's wrong.
No, no. If we mention the date format is following the DDMMYY format, then this one is correct. Okay. You have to read the question what we have mentioned in the note. If you specify
But
that date
when
of birth will
all the
follow this
data is
Means if
format,
same as
nothing
per
is
the
that's
mentioned,
it.
data
you have
set
to follow
given,
the data set.
only date is wrong.
Yes. Okay. So if you look at the previous qualifier paper, in that we have added one note here that date of birth will follow this particular format. Okay. So this option is correct here. Okay. So this is not an invalid date of birth in this
having
case.
doubt in
But
same question.
okay.
Sir.
If we didn't mention the note here, then you have to stick to a score data set here like this. Okay. So in that case, it is an invalid date of birth. So
Sir,
Sir,
don't
I
having
worry.
was
doubt
trying
in
to
same
ask
So
it
question.
we
that
have to consider the
suppose
values
in
then
the
only.
data set it is mentioned that the total score will be within range 300 and each score will be range 100. So do we need to remember that for those for the exam that each mark will be
No
100?
need to remember. Once you solve all the assignment questions every week, you will already get to know, right? So you already know that mathematics marks between 0 to 100 for all the subjects. Total is
If
0
there
to 300. That's it, right?
And exactly these ranges will be followed in the exam. Actually,
Yes, yes,
okay.
yes.
if the range is under 300 and the sum is incorrect, then
Yeah, in that case, that will be again a violation of sanity of data. Okay.
okay.
If we just specify here it is 200, even it's falling in the range, but summation of these three subjects is not 200, right? Then it
Yes.
is a violation of sanity of data again. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But if no note is mentioned, then we have to consider the scores data set. So we have to
Yeah,
consider the values or only the format.
only the format here, right? So see, in the
Okay.
score data set only, in the date of birth only, that particular thing is possible. Otherwise, in any other field, stick to a score data, whatever template we have in the data set that you need to follow. Only date of birth is
Sir,
having a different format, right? Only date is having
sir,
a different format. That is the only issue in the all the data set. That's it. Okay. But rest of the fields
Okay,
are
sir.
same only.
sir, my doubt is
Sir, I
even
have a
if
doubt.
let's imagine if you mentioned the note there, okay, like in this
Okay.
format, DDMMYYY, okay, if you have
Uh,
mentioned with respect to the sanity of data, the max marks are correct. In the table is also 62, 45, 91, okay,
uh,
but the date of birth is 3rd June over there, and here
hmm.
it's written 30th of December. And in the starting of the question, the given information represents a score data set. It
Hmm.
means we have to refer it indirectly. We have to.
You don't have to look the
With
actual
that,
data here. No, you don't have to deal with the actual data. Just see the format. That's it. Even if I just mention instead of date of birth, it's a 3rd June or 3rd December or whatever 30 December, that is correct here. Okay. You need to refer to a structure of a template here. Let's consider this another card. Okay, different card number. Okay. Don't look at that card number one is having this particular value or not. Okay. No. You have to see the structure of a table of that particular card here. That's it. Okay.
Sir, can you explain question 5 as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone having doubt now in the question number 9?
No,
So,
sir.
will we get what is the after all correct answer of question number 9?
Question number 9 as of now of row 4 and row 8 is the correct option here because we have not mentioned that note here. But don't worry, everyone will get marks for this question because here we have wrongly You can see row number 1. Yeah. So
Sir,
we'll
excuse
correct
me.
this one. Yes.
I have a conceptual doubt. When we're checking onto the sanity, will we only look onto the format of the data, or will we check the value also?
When we look at the data set format, right? So you should know the mathematics value is 0 to 100. You should know physics values will lie from 0 to 100, total 0 to 300. But also at the time, total will be summation of these 3 subjects, right? Like that. Name will be Harish. It cannot be H01 like that. Okay.
No,
Card
sir, not
number is
like that.
1,
In
not
case of date of
ONE1.
birth, in the data set it's 3rd June. So if we are giving it in the format of DDMMYY, will it be wrong? Because in the format it's
No.
3rd June. June is
Then yes, sir,
in
it would
spelling,
be
right?
wrong
Okay.
Would
because
that be wrong?
all the
What is
rest of the information is correct. If you check the card number 1, his
Yeah,
name
even
is
if the
Harish, the
information is
gender is
correct,
male,
the
date of birth
format
is
is
3rd
wrong,
June,
right?
everything.
Okay. So are you referring to actual data you are saying?
Yes, sir, the actual data.
You
We
can
don't
go to
have
the
to
table,
refer
sir,
to actual
the
data.
PDF.
Okay. Yeah. Table PDF we will go.
Yeah. Second row. Look, it's 1, Harish, male. The marks
No.
are 62, 45, 91.
No. Here we are not checking the data here, right? So don't look at this data. See, here it can be different also. Instead of Harish, it can be Piyush also. Card number 1, that is fine. That is also correct. Okay. Instead of 62, it can be 99 also, 45, 55 also. Consider this as
But
another
they didn't
different
give
card.
it like that.
Different card we have to consider. Okay.
Yes, sir,
You just
yes.
need to see whether the structure is followed or not. That's it. Card number having every field is having a correct data type and its value. Only 2
So,
things are
sir,
there, data types and its corresponding value.
So,
And
sir,
here
does
in the case
you
sanity
of
can
mean
total,
just
like,
format then?
so
sorry,
Does sanity checking, will that just mean format checking there?
yes,
The
just
values
format
need not
checking.
be looked on?
You don't need to go to that particular card number and check the values. No, that is not the meaning of sanity of data here.
So, but in
Just
questions as such, where it is a direct reference has been given in the question in double inverted commas, the scores data set. In
because
such a
we are
question
following the
where
template of that particular score data set, that's why we have mentioned like that. Okay. If you
Then
watch the
then all
lectures,
the other data should also have been given
and
different.
except the date of birth,
Just to
every
say.
other thing in both the data sets are coinciding with each other. That creates the doubt.
Yeah, that
I think
creates a
in
confusion.
exam, you don't get the entire data set, right? You
yeah,
only get the template.
yes,
So
you'll
he
only
would
get
not even know
user
what
field.
Arish's date of
yeah.
birth is
In
during
exam,
exam.
it's okay, but here, as it's mentioned, score data set, so I think option 2 and 4
No,
should be correct.
we are saying template should be followed. So that's why we have mentioned that particular data set template. If we mention what data set, in that case, only 4 field will be there, right? That's it. So even if I mention card number 8 or if I mention 8, so in that case, it is an incorrect data type. Okay, card number, it's an integer value, right? So don't look at the actual data here. Just look at the structure. So check for data type, check for the values, check whether it's correctly calculated or not. If you look at the shopping bill data set, there we have a quantity and then we have a price and then we have a total, right? Like that. So quantity into price must be equal to total. Quantity of, let's say for example, any object, right? Let's say for example, pen cannot be in decimal, 1.5, it is not possible. So it's validating sanity of data, right? If you look at the vegetable, it can be 1.5 kg. But if I say a pen 1.5, that is not possible, then it will violate the sanity of data, okay?
Okay.
So
In card number, any integer can be written. Then it is
card
correct.
number,
If in card number, suppose that there is written 8, then it is correct.
no, then it is void sanity of data. It's incorrect data type of
Like
card
8
number.
integer, not in words.
Okay, 8 like that. Yeah, then that is
Yes,
fine. Yeah. It is following the correct data type. That's it.
it is correct now.
Yeah. So don't match with the data set here. Okay. Just look at the structure.
Can you explain the question number 1?
Okay. I hope this sanity of data is a concept is clear.
Sir, just one more thing, sir. To just
Uh,
clear the confusion, I have to
So the
ask one
final
thing.
answer is
Bro,
row 4
wait.
and row 8.
okay.
Bro,
See,
wait. I'm asking the question. Wait a minute. Sir, I have
So
just one
answer it down.
confusion.
yeah, this question, right? Question number 9.
Yes, sir. The general confusion when we are talking about the sanity of data, we have to just check the sanity of data with respect to the IITM structured data set, right? Not the
Yeah.
universal. Okay.
Scores data set, whatever the data set we mentioned here, that's it.
Okay. Sir, in this session, will you take the doubt of week 2 or just the
Yes,
summary
yes.
of the week 2?
I will take it out.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone, any doubt in question number 9?
Yes, sir.
Sir, suppose in
I
the
have
quiz
one
we
more
have the
doubt.
same question and there is a picture which is attached to this question containing the same data of any other person. So we have to just consider the format, not that name we have to take
No, no, no.
into
It can be
consideration.
anything. I can just mention XYZ here also. That is also correct. Name is having a
Okay.
string data type. That's it, right?
Yeah, just to match that the format given in that picture is same to
Yes.
the that given in the data.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Sir,
final answer is row 4 and row 8.
sir, I have a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yes.
सर पर जिनको इसके लिए मार्क्स नहीं मिले
Sir,
उनको मिलेगा
3rd June or the June 3rd
Uh,
have a same format.
See, if you look at the date, now there are multiple format, multiple way we can write in general also, right? But if you look at the scores data set, we have just mentioned a date and the month like this. That's it, right? So that's
Sir,
why
for
I am
the
in the
for the
let
clarity,
me
can you
complete. Let
please
me complete.
prove?
In the case of score data set, only in the case of date format, just look at the note what we have mentioned. That's it. Okay. In other data set, we don't have any date. And that's it. Okay. Because date is the only thing can have multiple format. It can be DDMM, it can be MMDD, it can be YYY, MMDD format. There are multiple formats of date here, right? So please look at the note what we have mentioned. Here that note is missing. So that's why we can see if we go to a score data set, it will validate the date of birth. Okay. Only in the case of date field, we have this confusion because date can have a multiple formats. Okay. 3 June, June 3, some year, all are having a valid date format, we can say. Okay. But look at this data set and look at the note in the case of date format, in the case of date data type. Okay. Therefore, all the field in all the data set, we don't require any special note here. Only in the case of score data set and date of birth, we require a special note here. Okay. Is that fine now?
So, so if the note had been given, the only incorrect row would be total score.
Total, yes, yes. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Excuse me,
This
sir.
question,
In
question
question
number
number
9.
9, how invalid date of birth is a correct option?
So that's what I said. In the score data set, if you look at, we have just mentioned day and the month. That's it, right? But here we have mentioned that entire year like that, DDMMYY format, right? So here we have not mentioned that a note that date of birth will follow this particular format. If we specify that particular format, then according to that row number 4 is not correct. But here we are not mentioned the note, so let's say invalid date of birth here, right?
So, in the question, when it gives invalid date of birth, do we just have to check about the format or the values also?
Yeah. So see, if I just mention here MMDDYY format, then look at the values. Can 30 can be a month here? No.
Yes.
In that case, it will invalid date of birth. So that's what I'm saying. Only in the case of date, data type, just look at the note what we have specified.
Okay,
Otherwise,
sir.
just
Yeah.
template in the otherwise the template you can see. Okay.
So in
Only
all
in the
cases,
case of
we
date
only
data
have to
type,
check
note will
about
be
the
specified.
format.
Otherwise, for all the data set, we don't have any notes. We don't have any special note here because of date. Okay.
Sir,
Sir,
means at last
sir, actually, I have
means
chosen the
Sir, I have a doubt in
one.
Wait,
the
wait.
assignment question.
Any doubt in question number 9 of sanity of data? Is that clear
Question
now?
6, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Question
Then
6.
in the exam there will be a
Clear.
format, right? That
In the
this
case
is
of
the
score
whole
data
summary.
set, we will use the format of date. Okay.
Okay,
Just
okay,
look at
sir.
that format. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
sir. Doubt is
Sir,
clear. Can you move to
Sir,
question
means
number 5?
at all we
sir,
have to
I
check
have
only
doubt.
the type and the range of the data
Yeah, type,
for
value,
any
range, you have to check. Okay.
type value.
So please look at the video in sanity of data. Professor has taken example for every data set. Okay, so that will be much clear to you. So that's it from question number 9, and everyone will
I
get
have a
marks
doubt,
for this
sir.
question.
Sir,
Okay.
I have a doubt in question number 6.
That's fifth
The
question.
question 7.
Question
Okay.
number 5.
Question number,
Question
let's
7.
go one by
Question
one.
number 5 as well.
Question number
Sir,
8, any
question
doubt?
number 6.
Wait, question number 8, anyone having doubt?
Sir, in ninth question,
Wait. Question
number
number 8,
9.
anyone having doubt? No. Okay.
No,
Question
sir.
number 7.
Sir,
Yes,
number
sir.
9.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wait. Question number 7, right? So we have done with 10, 9, 8. Now we'll discuss question number 7. Okay. What's your doubt?
Sir, can Nirja not go in any one store more than once?
Sir, in this question, according to the
So
data set,
like, can
Nirja goes
Nirja
to
go to
multiple
every
three
store
stores.
more than once?
We'll discuss. See, store in variable X, right? So we need to find out what will the given compute and store in variable X execute on shopping bills data set here. So if you look at the
Yes, sir.
shopping bill data set, we have a customer name, store name, and some category and quantity price, all those things. Assume that there are 3 total shops in the data set, okay? And please mute. I'm getting background noise here. Yeah. So see, maintain 4 variable. Here we have 4 variable A0, B0, C0, and X equals to 0, right? If pile 1 is empty, stop the iteration and start from step number 9. See, read the step carefully. If pile 1 is empty, we have to stop the iteration and then we have to go to step number 9. Read the top card in pile 1. Pile 1 means what? Just assume that we have all the cards, keep one or another like that in the format of stack, okay? So here we are saying if condition is there, if the shop name is SV store and customer name is Nirja, set A equals to 1. Shop name is Big Bazaar, customer name is Nirja, set B equals to 1. And shop name is Sun General and customer name is Nirja, set C equals to 3. Okay. So equal to we are saying, not increment, right? So that's it. So this will be only possible if Nirja visited SV store. B equal to 1 only possible if Nirja visited Big Bazaar. C equals to 1 only possible if Nirja visited Sun General. That's it, right? Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after going through all the case, you can see set A, this will be a respective value of A, B, C when if this condition is satisfied. Now, what is X here? We are saying X equals to A plus B plus C, right? Now, when the value of, let's say, A, B, C is all 1, 1, 1, so in that case, X will be 3, right? 1 plus 1 plus 1. So what is this X will represent? We can say that number of stores that Nirja visited, right? Or we can say number of bills in the data set which belongs to Nirja. Is this a correct one here? What is
Yes.
number of bills indicate? Nirja can visit SV store 100 times also, na? And 100 bills will get generated. So is that a number it is representing? No. Number of times Nirja has visited Sun General?
No, sir.
No. That is a C. If I say C equals to C plus 1, in that case, C will represent number of times Nirja visited Sun General, right? But that's not the case here. Number of distinct stores which Nirja has never visited?
No, sir.
No, we cannot say. Number of distinct stores which Nirja has visited. The
Yes,
value
sir.
of 3 indicates 3 stores Nirja visited. Let's say, for example, Nirja has not visited a Sun General, right? So in that case, C will be never equals to 1, C will be 0, and the value of X will be 2. So I can say Nirja has visited 2 stores, S3 store and Big Bazaar. For example, Nirja only visit S3 store, not Big Bazaar, not Sun General. In that case, A will be 1 and X will be 1. So Nirja visit only one store. Okay, that's it. So option D is correct here. Any doubt now? Anyone?
No, sir.
If there
No,
is
sir.
written increment, then
Where we are?
option number A will be correct now.
Okay. Instead of set A equals to 1 like that, if I mention increment the value of A, increment the value of B, increment the value of C, in that case, you can see number of bills in the data set which belongs to Nirja. Then option A will be correct. Okay. If I say increment,
Okay.
increment is what? A equals to A plus 1. Then we'll get that particular number of bills. But if I say here, number of distinct stores Nirja has never visited. Instead of this one, if I specify X equals to 3 minus A plus B plus C, in that case, option C will be correct. Okay.
Okay.
If the value of A plus B is equals to 2, so 3 minus 2 will be 1. It means what? There is one store that Nirja has not visited, right? Like that. So is this doubt clear now? Any doubt here,
Yes, sir.
anyone?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay. What's
So
your doubt in question number 8 now? Yes. Question number 6.
actually, sir, I wanted to know uh, that uh, that for any kind of question, we have to refer the all the data sets. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever the whatever the data sets we have to refer. So, which one is that? So actually, so during the first graded assignment, so actually I referred to some another set, and I messed up the full graded assignment. So that's the issue.
Oh, here we have specified now which data set you have to refer. That's it, right?
Shopping bills.
Sir, can I ask a doubt?
Sir,
From
question
this
6.
question number 7, any doubt?
No,
Sir,
sir.
I
Yes,
have a
sir.
doubt
If
from
we
week
will
2.
write 3 minus 2
Wait.
is equal to 1, what will it represent?
So 3 minus A plus B plus C, if I write like that, then it will represent number of store Nija has never visited. Okay.
3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Then what will it represent?
So it will represent that Nija has not visited one store, right? Out of 3.
Okay.
Okay. So what doubt? What's your doubt in question number 6 now? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Question number
In
6.
question
I
number
have a
6,
doubt.
Yeah. Question number 6. What's your doubt?
Sir,
so I have counted the first half month count of students have been birth and second half, but I got equal number of count 15 and 15. So it's option C. I'm getting option B is the correct answer. So I got
No,
confused.
just look at what the steps are following here, right? So
yes, sir.
we are here we are discussing about score data set, right? So you can see we have 3 variable: A equals to 0, B equals to 0, C equals to 0. Pile 1 is empty. Then go to step number 8. Okay. So read the top card in pile 1. Date of birth is from 1st January
First,
30th June. Increment A. Date of birth is 1st July 31st December. Then increment the value of B. That's it, right? So number of
I can't
students born
understand.
between this particular date, that will be in the A. Number of students born between this particular date, that will be in the B. Okay. So whenever is A is less than B, if this condition is true, then we are going to set C to 1. And that is what we need to find out. What will the value of when will be the value of C will be equals to 1 when A is less than B. And what is A? Number of students born between 1st Jan or to 30th June. So we can say it's a first half. So that's it. Number of students when we have more number of students in the second half than the first half. That's it, right? So
sir, but A and B both are equal.
Both has
don't look.
same 15, sir.
No, don't look at the actual data in this particular case. Okay. We are saying
But
when
Newton's,
the C will be equals to 1. Okay. When the C will be equals to 1. Look, read the question. When C will be equals to 1. This is only possible when
Like it is asking if A less than B, then what will happen? So
that's it, right? So when
sir,
C will be equals to 1 if this condition is true. Now what is A and B? You have to look at here. That's it. Okay. Simple
Sir,
question.
sir, I
Sir,
have a
but
doubt regarding week 2.
Sir,
but
for this
Newton's,
question, we doesn't require the data set.
No, because just read the question. We have just asked for when the C will be set to 1. That's it. Okay. The C will
sir,
be
that
set to 1
means
only if this
B will
condition.
be always greater than A.
Sorry.
In this case, B will be greater than A. That means only we get set C.
the
Yeah.
in
So
the
if
question
this
mentioned,
condition is true, then only C will be set equals to 1. That is what we need to check here.
Excuse me,
That's it.
sir. Excuse me. Can
Uh,
I ask week 2 questions? I have a
no,
doubt
no. Wait.
because I
Let me complete week 1 assignment first. Then I will go
okay.
back to week 2.
Sir, I have not graded assignment. I am asking for a practice assignment, sir.
Wait. Week 1 or week 2?
Week 2, sir.
Week 2 you have to wait. Let me complete week 1 first. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Any doubt now in question number 6?
no, sir. Yes.
No, sir.
Any other doubt in question number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Anyone?
Just the
Sir,
question
question
number
number 5.
Okay.
Just
Question
Number
number
1.
5. What's your doubt in question number 5?
Sir, what does the
Exclamation
exclamatory mark read?
Yes. See.
Okay. So this is basically not equal to sign.
Sir, it was not mentioned in the lectures previous to this question.
Oh, we have learned this in our 11th and 12th, right? Not equal to sign. This is not equal to, this is not equal to, less than, greater than, all are not equal to symbol.
And double
This
equal
one,
to
this one.
means
Double equal to, here we are checking whether the gender is equal to M or not. Okay. So here we are checking the right. Here also we are checking not equals to. Simple equal to means what? Assignment operator. Okay, we are assigning the value.
It
Double
is
equal to means what?
initialization.
We are checking the value. Okay, checking whether that value is equal to that particular field or not. That's it. So here we are checking whether gender is M or not. That's it. Okay. Any doubt now in this question?
No, sir, understood.
Okay.
The double equal to means checking and single equal to means assigning that. Matlab that value equals to, right?
Yeah. So when I say A equals to 2, it means what? The value of A is 2. When I say A equals to 2, it means what? We are checking whether the value of A is equal to 2 or not. So this will be a Boolean output. Okay. Here we are checking whether the value of A is equals to 2 or not. So that is true here. Okay. A equal to 2. Here A is assigning the value of 2. Means what? The value of A is actually 2. But here we are checking whether the value of A is 2 or not. Okay.
So
Same here.
exclamation mark plus equal to equals not equal to.
So here we are also checking gender is whether M or not. So whatever the value of gender we have on this particular card, it's equal to M or not. That's it. Okay.
Sir, is
And this
double equal sign also used as comparison operator?
this is comparison only. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Comparison only. Okay, comparison operator. So
Sir,
whether here we are
sir,
checking whether the value of A is 2 or not, right? So
sir,
A
in this
greater than 2,
question,
A less than
and
2, A equals to 2, greater than equals to 2, A less than equals to 2, like that. Okay.
sir, in this question, answer should be B, I think, but it was wrong when I was attempted to
So
it.
it was because the notation used for not equal to could not be
Yes,
perceived
we
by
don't
each
know about this
student.
notation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
that's
this
the
is
reason we have
basically a
marked
not.
option second, which is incorrect.
Yeah, so you should remember this is not equal to sign. Okay, exclamatory tag equal to is not equal. This also and this also all are not equal to sign. Okay, any other doubt in week question number 5?
No,
4? No. What 1, 2, 3, same type of question like what we have discussed last time. Okay,
The
the
A
practice
equal
assignment.
to 2 is Boolean or integer?
A equal to simply we are assigning the value of 2 to A. Okay, value of A is basically 2. Assignment operator here. We are assigning. We are not checking here in this. Okay.
And double equal to is Boolean.
Double equal to output of this expression is Boolean. So here comparison operator. So this
And
all are comparison
exclamation
of
equal to is?
explanation equal to is not equal to sim. Not equal.
It is Boolean, na?
We can say it's a Boolean. Yes, Boolean output. So we are checking whether the value of that particular thing is not equal to this one or not. That's it.
Okay, sir.
So try to practice more. Then only you will get to know like this. Okay, so you require more practice. That's it.
question number 1, 2, 3.
Question number 1. What's your doubt?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Sir, I have doubt regarding the non-graded assignment of week 2.
String
Okay, wait.
data types. Sir has told that the dates are string data types and said that if there is 0, then it would mean it is 1st January. And if
Sorry.
it is,
Krish, I am not getting you. Which question you're talking about?
sir, it's not the question, it's a concept.
Okay, what is your doubt? Can you repeat again?
Sir, in the topic of string data types and its subtypes, sir has told about the of dates. We are considering dates as a subtype of integer data type. So, sir, when the professor said print 0, it means that the result is of 1st January. And when it is print 1, it means the result is of 2 January. So, sir, if there will be written print 120, then which month, which day it is talking about, then how we can know about it?
So you can do the calculation now. When we say about 1st January is referring as 0, 2nd January is referring as 1. So like that, like 31st January will be as equals to 30, right? So you can accordingly you can calculate the date here. That's it.
But it would be a very time consuming in the examination.
So there is no direct formula for that because for leap year, for non-leap year, that will be a different thing here, right?
Sir, in medal question, can you repeat that its concept? The China medal and that medal question was.
Which question?
Sir, please scroll. I will tell. Sir.
Okay, no, from week 2, no. Okay.
No,
I
week
think
2.
Sir,
Sir, week
I
1,
have
week 1
doubt
only.
regarding non-graded assignment of week 2.
Okay, wait. So we'll be starting week 2 now. Okay. So I hope the all the doubts from grade assignment 1 is clear now, and don't worry for question number 9. We'll give marks to everyone. Okay. So now we'll move to a week 2 content. Okay.
Sir, just a thing to ask, sir, where can we get the list of symbols which can be used in codings, like the exclamatory mark, etc.?
Uh, you can just refer to individual symbol what is representing, right? So just focus on the course content. Whenever we are using that particular symbol, you can note it down. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So we'll discuss the week 2. Here you can see week 2 summary thing, right? So here we don't have a much concept similar to a week 1. Here we'll discuss about the looping concept here, that is while loop, okay, and conditional statement, that is if and if else. Okay. So this is the only thing in we have in week 2, and rest how did you understand, how well you understand the concept? It's based on that only. And when to use this while, if, and if else, that's the only case here, right? Now you can see iteration. What is iteration here? Repetition of a process, right? Termination in iteration is what? When file 1 is empty. So if you look at the while loop here, how it works, we have a while, then we have some condition, and then we have some few code here, and here we are ending the while loop, right? So when the condition is true, then only we are going to execute this particular code, and we are going to execute this particular code till this particular condition become false. When the condition become false, then only will come out of while loop, and then we'll execute the remaining block of code. Okay. So here is a termination in iteration. So while pile 1 is empty. So if pile 1 is empty means what? We don't have any other cards. So we are going to stop the loop here. That's it, right? And then we have conditional termination. For example, we are going to stop the iteration when a particular condition or data is found. Okay. In that case, we can do a condition termination. So condition here we can mention pile 1 is empty, or we can specify that, let's say, for example, total score is equals to what? 200 in the condition, and we have more cards in pile 1. If this condition is satisfied, this entire condition is false. So that is basically what? Conditional termination here, right? Let's say, for example, I just
Could you
want
please
to.
repeat the conditional termination, the concept?
Okay, yeah. So, okay, this first two is clear to everyone, right?
So that means in iteration we actually go over the whole sequence, or
Yeah. So if you look at this while loop, right? So while pile 1 has more cards, don't look at this particular thing as of now. So this is what we have, a termination iteration. So we'll going to execute this particular thing for all the cards in the pile 1 till the pile 1 is empty. Okay, so here you can see termination iteration, pile 1 is empty, because then only the condition will become false. But I'm adding one more condition here, and A. A can be anything. It can be any condition. Okay. So even if we have a more cards in the pile, but the moment we satisfy this particular condition, we are going to stop the iteration here. Let's say, for example, I just want to find out the first card which belongs to Chennai. Okay. So we have 30 cards here, and let's say we have kept one on another like that in the pile. Now I want to check which is the first card in this particular pile belong to Chennai. So in that case, what I will do, pile 1 has more card and A. A is initially set to true. We are reading the card X. We read the card X. We check the city. City equals to Chennai. If that is true, then we are setting A equals to false. If city equals to Mumbai, then we are not going to set A equals to false. We move that card to another pile. Again, we go back to our next card here. So we are doing this till the condition is satisfied. The moment I found that, okay, the card is belong to Chennai now, the value of A will be equals to false. In the next iteration, what will happen? The value of A will be false, right? And even though we have a more cards here, but and condition is there and A is false, so entire condition is false. So we are going to stop the iteration.
sir,
That
in
is
the
what
while
conditional
condition, why are we
termination.
writing and A? Means we have already written A equal to true. So in the condition, why are we writing and A?
No, here that is what condition termination is. We want to stop the loop until this particular condition is becoming true. I just want the first card from Chennai. That's it. Let's say I have, for example, 30 cards, right? Like this. I just want to find out the first card from Chennai. So if I got the first card from Chennai at the second card number only, then why I need to go through all the cards, right? That is not my requirement here. I just want which card number is from the Chennai, first card from the Chennai in the pile. That's it. The moment I got my particular card, I don't want to proceed further, right? In that case, we'll specify one more condition here. So here we are setting A equals to true initially. The moment I got this particular condition, I will set A equals to false. Then I will put, then in the next iteration, A will be false. So entire condition will become false. This is what conditional termination is. Okay. So this will be terminate only when if we found the value of, if we found the city from the city equals to Chennai, card from Chennai, we can say. Okay.
Sir, it will continue till end card.
No, why will continue? This will not get continue. Okay. Only if the condition is true, then we will setting A to false. In the next iteration, this will exit the loop because A is false now. Entire condition is false now, right?
Sir, why you use brackets?
Okay. Which bracket here?
Curly brackets and other
Okay.
brackets means you have referring to particular
Yes, yes.
indentation or something, because in Python
Yes.
we don't
So you
see
can see it's curly braces, right? So we are starting while loop from here till you can see this indentation like this. So while loop will operate this entire block. Okay. If you look at the if statement here, again we are starting the if statement from here to here. So you can see indentation here. Indentation means what? You can see space here, right?
4 bit of space.
Yeah. One tab. So if you
Yes,
space
sorry to
one,
interrupt. How it is false if I'm getting Chennai is there, then it should be true. Why it is false?
that's what I want to find out. I want to stop when I found the card Chennai, right? So that's it. So even if I go through all the cards and let's say I found card from Chennai at the third card only. So in that case, this condition is true. If this is true, A is set to false. If A is set to false, because I already got my card from Chennai, I don't need to go to all the cards, right? So I will go back to next iteration. In
Sir,
that case, I have more cards, but A is false. Nah? So we'll exit the while loop here.
sir,
Sir, A is not found.
Sorry, A?
A means not found. That is why we have A variable means not found.
No, see, it's based on our requirement, right? So here for this example, I am saying I just want to stop the iteration when the city is Chennai. That's it. That's what my requirement is. It can be any condition here. Let's say, for example, I just want to find out the number of cards till the value of total score. If you look at the data set, right? Common data set. So let's say, for example, you will go to a score data set. So it's based on our requirement. Let's say, for example, I want to find out the 5 cards only, which is having total more than 200. So my requirement is what? I want to find 5 cards only. 5 cards having more than 200 total, right? So there are many cards also which is having more than 200, but I'm interested in any 5 cards. So in that case, what I will do? I will change the condition here. I will check, instead of this condition, I will write if total score is greater than 200. Instead of A, I will mention A equals to A plus 1. And here A is equals to 0, right? Now what will happen? What condition I have to write here instead of A? Yes, anyone? This is my requirement. I just want 5 cards. When the value of A is 5, it means what? I got my 5 cards having this more than 200 score. Then I need to stop the iteration, right? So here we are checking and
The
Sir,
A is less than
sir,
5.
A is less than 5.
Then
Correct.
less than 5. Yes.
So instead of A, I will write this particular condition. The moment I got 5 cards having more than 200 total score, go for the next iteration. We have more the cards, right? But the value of A is 5, but 5 is less than 5. This is false. So entire condition is false. So we are going to stop the iteration. So that's it. I got what is my requirement is. I just want 5 cards from the 30 cards having more than 200 total. Okay. So based
sir,
on the
as you
requirement.
said that your requirement is 5 cards. If you get your 5 cards initially, means very initially, you will not go through all the cards.
Yeah, we'll not go through all the cards. Let's say we have 30 cards. And out of 30 cards, first 5 cards will be satisfying this condition. So I don't need to go through all the remaining 25 cards, right? I got my requirement satisfied. That's it.
Sir, another also a doubt is that we can interchange this true false means we can take first false, after that we can take
No, no.
true.
Entire logic will be different. Okay, so that is not our requirement. So entire logic will be different if you just change the false. If you mention false here initially, so this condition will never become true.
Okay.
While one has more card and A false. That's it. This is false. We'll go to the next line of code. Okay. So be
Okay.
careful while specifying like this. Okay. And be
Okay, sir.
careful what condition you are going to specify inside the while. If you specify any condition that is never going to stop, it will go infinite loop. Right? Your code will never get executed. It will keep going running. Okay.
Sir, we can write inside the while condition that A is equal to false. While if we initialize A to false.
Okay.
And while pile 1 has more cards and A is equal to false. Then it will be
no, A is false only, right?
While A is equal to false.
Already you are assigning this now A equals to false. This is not correct here. Value of A is
Sir,
already
until the card will show Chennai, the loop will continue, and if it meets the condition, then it stop.
Yeah. Once I got the card from Chennai, A will become false. And the moment A become false, entire condition will become false. That's it. Then we are going to exit the while loop.
So then inside the while loop, we can write A is equal to true if X dot city is equal to Chennai.
No, initially it will never become true now. If you mention A equals to false, then this condition is not true, right? Then you are not going to execute this one.
So we have initialized to false. No, A is equal to false.
Then if A is equal to this condition and false is what? False only. No?
A is equal to false.
Equal to false, you are checking. It's a comparison operator. You are checking the value of A is false or not.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here you can see A equals to false. That is true. Okay. But if you say here, I will make true. You are saying A equal to false, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, yeah. So initially the condition will become true. If A is set to true, yeah, then you can see this will work. But it's not a correct way because anyway, A is a Boolean thing, right? Here again, comparison we are doing with the Boolean only, right?
Sir,
So
can
we
you
don't do
explain
like
the graded, non-graded assignment means after first lecture there is a practice graded assignment in which there is a flow chart. Can you explain it? It is little bit difficult to understand.
week
Yes,
one
sir.
flowchart, week one question, no? Practice
Yes,
assignment.
yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
have already
Week
explained
two,
that.
sir. Week 2.
Okay, I will discuss after
Flow
this one.
chart is there in
After this, I will
is graded non-graded assignment. Yes, sir.
yeah, after this, I will discuss. Okay, is this fine now? What is conditional termination?
Yes, sir.
So according to our requirement, I can stop the iteration. Otherwise, I need to keep going through all the cards. That is what my requirement is. I can set any requirement. I don't more than 200. I just want work is let's for example less than 30th of April. So 5 students want between January and April. I just want those cards on. Doesn't matter. Okay. So in that case, what I will do, same thing. I will increment the count for that particular date of birth. Then I will set A is less than 5. That's it. Okay. This is what conditional termination. Okay, this is about the conditional termination. So you can
Yes,
see
sir.
here,
Yeah.
file 1, check for desired card and stop iteration when card is found. That's it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here again, same thing like what I have said, count, correction. That's
Sir, one doubt.
assigning statement here.
Sir,
So you
one
can see
doubt.
count equals, yes, what's your doubt?
Sir, if our condition becomes not false, the loop will continue for our
So this right?
full
Yeah.
full loop inside the while. If it not become false,
Yes. A become false.
if it not, what will happen?
Yeah. Let's say all the 30 cards, we don't have any cards from Chennai. In that case, A will never become false, right? But
sir.
after going through all the cards, this condition will become false. Now, pile 1 has more cards? No. Pile 1 will get empty after every cards we are removing from pile 1, right? So at the last, we don't have any other cards in pile 1, so this condition will become false. That's it. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
So if this condition will become false, we'll also get to know that this particular card does not exist in the data set, right? So just
Yes, sir. Clear.
understand the flow here. Any doubt now how while loop works?
No, sir.
No, sir. That non-graded assignment flow
Yeah.
chart,
Let
I
me
have
let
doubt.
me
Yes.
complete this. Let me complete first this one. Okay. So again, what we have discussed on the assignment statement, count equals to 0. So we are assigning value 0 to count variable. Sum equals to sum plus mathematics mark. So here we are doing the summation of mathematics, right? Equality statement is this one. A equal to B. So we are checking the value of B is equal to A or not. So it's a comparison. For example, A3, B5, A equal to B will be false. The moment the value of B is equals to 3, A equal to B become, okay, that's it. Okay, so again, very, very important conditional execution. So we discussed this while loop. While condition is true, then only we are going to execute. Till this condition become false. Okay, that's it. But what about if statement here? If condition is true, then only we have to execute this particular. Okay, this if condition. But what I want to execute other things also. Let's say, for example, if condition is false, then I want to do this. In that case, we have to use else operation. If condition, we are starting it here, we are closing it here, indentation, here we have some line. Then we are starting else here. Then here again we will execute this particular thing. Then we'll close here. Okay. So if condition is true, if this is true, what we are going to execute? If this is true, we are going to execute this one. If this is false, then we are
Then
going to execute
the
this one. Okay. This is how if
sir,
statement
isn't there
else
is else statement?
else if. Okay, so that will
Else,
be
else.
yeah. It will not start from else. It will start from if else, and after
No,
that
no,
we have
no. I mean elif. ELIF.
yeah elif. Yeah, that's else if statement. We have that also. But in CT we are not using that. In the Python we have that else if. Okay.
Sir, can you explain the difference between the while and the if else?
Yeah. So see.
So basic difference.
Yeah. If statement will work only once, it will check the condition only once. This will check the condition only once. Okay. The condition is true, we are going to execute this one. That's it. We will not again going back again checking for same condition. No. In the case of while, repeatedly we are going to check the condition here. If the condition is true, we'll execute this one. Again, we go back to again while loop, again check condition is true or not. So we'll keep doing this thing again and again till this condition become false. But in the case
Okay.
of if
Okay, sir.
only one time we are going to check.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any doubt in if and while statement here? Anyone?
No,
How
sir.
can statement go to else?
Yeah. Okay. So let me take one example here. So here we have if, let's say A is less than 5. Okay. And I am saying, let's say, for example, B equals to B plus 1. Then we have else B equals to B plus 7. Okay. Now let's say this is our code and I'm saying A equals to 3. If A equals to 3, we are going to check this condition. Whether this is true, A is less than 5. Is this true? No. Yes, right. So value of A is 3. So 3 is less than 5. That is true. So we are going to execute this one. And let's, for example, B equals to 0 initially. So B equals to B plus 1, the value of B will be 1. When the value of A is 3, the value of B will be 1. That's it. But when I say A equals to, let's, for example, 7. In that case, what will happen? 7 less than 5, not true. This is false. Then, then we'll go back to else statement here. Now we're going to execute this one. 0 plus 7, that will be 7. Okay. That's it. So based on this condition, condition is true, execute this one. Condition is false, execute this one. Okay.
Yes.
Any other doubt how if
No,
statement works, how if else work?
no, sir. Thank you.
Because it's the only thing we have in the week 1 to 4. Rest all are the examples of if condition, while condition, how it works. That's it.
Sir, I have a
Okay,
doubt in
so
activity
this is about the
1's
summary
first
part.
flowchart, sir.
Okay, but let me discuss one question based on this one. Then I will take your activity down. Okay, so check. Here we have while, here we have if also, right? So good question. How many of you solved practice assignment question? Please raise your hand. Okay, still many of you have not solved the question, so no worries. I'll discuss this. Then we can go to activity. Okay. We have 2 more sessions. We can ask your doubt there as
Your
well.
voice is
Sir, your
breaking.
voice is not clear, sir.
Yes, sir. Little bit lagging.
Okay, so is this fine now? No, what?
A small problem still exists.
Okay, now it's fine. Some
Sir.
network issue, I guess. Okay, so let's discuss this question. A very good question. If you understand this one, then you will understand how while and how each statement work. Okay. Rest you can solve the questions here. So again, we are dealing with the scores data set. Here you can see we have we have 3 variables A, B, C, all equals to 0. While pile 1 has more cards. So you can see all the data set, score data set we have. We have 30 cards here. Read the top card X in pile 1. What is the first card here? Card number 0. We are reading this card. Is this condition true? Mathematics less than physics? Mathematics is 68, physics
No,
is
sir,
64.
not true.
68 less than 64? No. So we are not
No.
going to execute this one. No. Go for a next if statement. Okay. So these are a different if. Okay. So you can see indentation here, right? So look at the indentation here. If I say if, then we have a condition and closing it here. But inside the if, if I have one more if condition. Okay. So in that case, what will happen? This will execute only if this execute, right? So you have to look the indentation part. Very, very important. Entire programming, if you look at, is based on the indentation, how the code works. Okay. So mathematics less than physics? No. If this condition is true, what we are doing here, incrementing A, B, and C. So here we don't require the data to solve the question, but let's, for example, I'm discussing this one. So for the first one, 68 less than 64, not true. What about the second if statement? Is that true?
Yes, sir, true.
Okay. So we are going to increment B and C, that is 0 plus 1, 1. C 0 plus 1, 1. What about if statement? Is that true?
No, sir.
No, not equals to 64. That's it. Again, we go back to a while loop. Go for a next cut. Again, we'll check mathematics and physics marks 62, 45.
Sir, same as first one.
Yeah. Again, 65, 44. No. Again, this is true. Again, we'll increment C2 to 2. Again, this is 0. Right? Again, we go back to a while loop. Again, we'll go for a all cards here. So, tell me when the value of A will increment. Tell me. When
When
A
the
will
Sir,
math,
when
increment.
maths
marks
is
of
less
physics
than
is more
physics.
than marks is less
When
than physics.
marks, mathematics marks is less than physics marks.
Physics.
Physics.
When B will increment, tell me now. If you understand the score, tell me when B will increment.
When math score is greater than that of physics.
If
Maths
mathematics
marks
is
Greater
is
less
than or
more
greater
than
than
less than.
physics
physics.
for
In math
first
and
condition.
physics, scores are equal, then we will increment.
Equal. No, no, equal to.
When they are not equal.
When mathematics marks is less than physics
Less than physics marks.
or greater than physics,
Equal.
right?
When they are not equal, then we will increment.
Yeah, so you can say not equal also, you can say, right? So it basically not equal. In that case, B will be increment, right? Because we have B 2 times. B is incrementing here as well, greater or less. What about C? When C will increment?
C will
When it's
increment when
equal.
Always.
few of the conditions meet.
Marks
True.
are equal, right? That's it. So based on this condition only, you will get to know what is A, B, C doing here, right? A will increment only when marks is less, mathematics marks is less than physics. B will increment only when the mathematics marks is less than or greater than physics, right? Basically not equal. And C will increment only when mathematics marks are equal. Is that clear, everyone?
No, sir.
So
In first
No,
and
sir,
second if
always
condition, it will increment. It will always increment.
Sorry?
It
C
will
will
always
always
increment.
Yeah,
whatever
C
C.
will
the math
increment when mathematics marks are equal. Marks is equals to physics marks, right?
even
This
if less than
condition.
or equal to
no,
C
sir,
will
it
decrease
will
by
always
1.
increase.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. We have seen all the three conditions, right? So C will always increment, right? Always
Yes, sir.
increment. Yeah, great. So even this condition true, increment. This condition true, increment. This also increment, right? So C will always increment. Now this is clear, A, B, C.
Yes, sir.
Now read
Yes.
the question. Huh? Yes. Okay. So what is C?
Sir, sir,
Hello? Hello? You have any doubt? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, sir. You are.
Okay. So if you understand what A is, yeah. Yeah. So what is C minus A here? So first tell me what is C? Always increment, right? Doesn't matter what's the value of A, mathematics or physics is. If I go through all the 30 cards, what the value of C?
30.
30
Oh,
only,
30.
right? Doesn't matter which card, which condition gets satisfied. C will be always increment for every card. So value of C at the last will be 30 only. What about A? A will be
Maths,
only
sir.
increment when mathematics marks less than physics marks, right? So what is C
Yes.
minus A here? Tell me.
C minus A
When
is
maths is
when,
greater than equal to.
yep.
Great. Mathematics marks greater than or equal to physics marks, right? Can I say
Physics.
like that?
Yes.
Yeah. There is number of students whose mathematics marks are less, at least as much as physics marks. Is this correct?
Yes.
So number of students. So basically it will give us the count. So number of mathematics marks is at least as much.
Sir,
Huh?
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, so thus A represents minimum for minimum marks for mathematics.
No. A here we are incrementing. Na? A equals to A plus 1. So we are counting number of cards here, right? Okay. So whenever this condition is true, A will increment. That's it. Right? So if I subtract this from all the cards from 30 from C, basically what I will get number of students having greater than or equal to physics marks, right? Mathematics
Yes.
marks greater than or equal to physics marks. So that is what at least as is one. What is at least here? Kam se kam, right? In Hindi we used to say kam se kam. So that is greater than or equal to symbol, right? So at least as much as physics marks. So option A is correct. Number of students, mathematics are at most as physics marks. No.
No, sir.
This is basically this sign, right? Not correct. Number of students, physics marks are at least as much mathematics marks. It's same as this option only, right? We have just changed the mathematics and physics. That's it. What about the physics marks at most as mathematics marks? So in option number A
Yes, sir,
is
this
this
is correct.
condition. The option
Sir.
number D is basically this condition. Okay. So same only. We have just changed physics and mathematics. So option A and D are correct here. Any doubt in this question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So what is C minus B then? Tell me. What is
Sir,
C
when
minus
maths equal
When
maths
math is
equal
equal
to
to
physics.
physics, mathematics greater than and equal to physics.
greater?
Not equal to physics.
Even in the case
No,
of
sir,
greater,
only
we will
equal to.
increment. Huh?
It
We will
will
increment here
only.
as well, here as well. So if I subtract C minus B, so only in the case of equal to, right?
Equal.
So if you look at yes, number of students equal to physics maths, option A is correct. Okay, that's it. So you need to understand the code here. That's it. Rest all the questions are easy only. If you look at all the 4 week, all the qualifier, we just have if, while, if else. That's it. If you understand this basic two things, how code is working, then you can solve any question. Okay. Any doubt what we have discussed up till now?
No, sir. No.
Okay, so please try to solve all the practice assignment questions. We'll take your doubt in the Monday session. If you have any doubt from the activity part from the week 2, you can ask now.
Sir, yes,
Activity
I have
4.
a doubt from activity 2.8.
The summary is over of week 2.
Activity 2.1.
Yeah,
Sir, I have a little question regarding the qualifier exam. Can I ask, please?
Okay, what is your question? Please ask.
Will there be any negative marking in the
No,
qualifier
no
exam?
negative mark. No negative mark.
Sir, will there be any negative marking in qualifier exam? Why?
No,
did
there
you
is no
split this
negative
into-
marking.
Okay.
So then what will be the
Sir,
mark
why
per
did you?
question,
Oh,
sir,
okay, it's
in the
back.
qualified paper?
What will be? Can you repeat?
What will be the mark per question? One correct answer means how much mark will you get?
So it depends. Every question will have a different number of different marks. Like for example, so format for the previous term was 12 questions for 50 marks. There was few question of 5 marks, few question of 6 marks, few question of 4 marks as well, right? So, but total 50 marks will be there.
So
And all
I
are
doubt
CBT
in
based.
activity questions
How
4.
many weeks syllabus will be included in quiz 1?
Week 1 to 4.
Sorry?
Yeah. Week 1 to 4. Syllabus for quiz 1 or qualifier.
So all the
Week
4
1 to
weeks syllabus
4.
will be there, or just first 2 weeks of syllabus will be there in qualifier on
No,
July?
first 4 week, week 1 to 4.
How will the weightage for pseudocode or the
Quiz 1,
flowchart
right?
or
1 to
something like
4.
that?
Yeah. So syllabus for quiz 1 or
Is offline
qualifier
or
is
CBT based.
week 1 to 4. Okay.
The weightage for pseudocode or flowchart or something like that.
We don't have any weightage. Okay. You can expect question from pseudocode or flowchart, any type of question. Okay. Similar to a practice and grade assignment question of all the 4 weeks. That's it. Okay.
Qualifier
Sir,
exam
in,
will have exam on CBT based.
Yeah, it's CBT only. Okay. So you need to go
sir,
to
in
PCS
the
center, you have to write the exam. Okay.
yes, sir, in the activity 2.8, I think there is a mistake in the question. Can you please
Okay.
check?
Yeah. So any doubt from 2.1, anyone? No, then I will
Yes,
go
sir.
with
Option number
Yes,
2.
sir.
2.2. Okay, 2.1, what's your doubt? Which question? Which question? 2.1. Okay,
Option number
2.2,
2.
2.1 or 2.2? Which question number?
2.1. No.
2.1 question number 2. Okay, so consider the first decision block is in the above flow chart. So here we have to use the flow chart. Okay, so okay. After a certain number of steps in the iteration, the flow transfer to the no branch. Okay, which of the following situations are possible at this stage of the program's execution? So here you can see no, right? So when it will go to a no thing, just look at the options. The variable found stores the value true, and some cards have not been read. Is that true here?
Maybe so.
So see, we will get to this particular no branch only when found is set to true, right? So you can see value of found is set to true. In that case,
Can be true, sir.
and
It
also
can
we
be
can
true,
see
sir.
here also we have no, right? This one. So we'll go to this particular branch when this condition is what? True or
False.
false? False, right? Now when this condition will become false?
No card remains and found becomes still remains as false.
So here we have two things, another card, and then we have AND operator here, and then we have not of found. Okay. So another card. So AND means what? If any one condition is false, entire condition is false, right?
Yes.
Now see, if let's say for example, first case we have the cards. Okay, so we have a card, but this condition is false. Now when this condition will become false?
And we found the correct card.
Then we'll found is
When
card.
found is basically equals to true, not of found will become false, right?
False.
So not operator is basically negation. Not of true is false, not of false is true basically, right? So negation only. So here, when the found is basically true, in that case, it will go to a no branch. Doesn't matter if we have a cards or not, it will always go to a no, right? This is the first thing here. If the found is true, it will go to this particular branch. What if we have a found equals to false? Then not of false will be what? True, right?
True.
But this condition will become false. Let's say, for example, we don't have a card. So we don't have a card. Let's say no card and found equals to false, right?
Yes, sir.
So two things, no card, false, and then we have card but true. So two things are there, no card plus false, and
Sir,
cards we
please
have
explain
plus
and again, sir, please.
which one? And operator.
Yes.
So see, we have two things, and or, right? So if we have two conditions, let's say C1 and C2, if both conditions are true, then entire condition is true. So true and true is basically true. True and false is false. False and true is again false. False and false again false, right? So and is the operator. In the case of or, if any one condition is true, entire condition is true. So true or true equals to true. True or false equals to false, sorry, equals to true. Again, false or true equals to true. Only in the case of false or false, entire condition will become false. Okay. It's a truth table.
Sir, is
That,
this
huh?
sir, is this same as that mathematical logic?
Yes, mathematical logical operator and or. That's it. We use this symbol for and, right? And this for or.
Yes.
That's it. Okay. So there are only two cases where it can go to a no, not no card plus false, card plus true. Just look at the options here. Yeah. Yeah. So is the first option correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Found value is set to true, but we have a cards. Yes, that is true. So first option is correct. Second one is correct,
No, sir.
right? False, but no. It should be false, but all cards have been read. It means no cards are there. So option C is also correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it.
Or
Plain
also.
and correct. Found is set to true, and
The
all
option
cards have
second
been
are also possible, no?
Yeah, this is also possible. Option number D.
Option second.
Cards found value is false, not of false will be true, and some card have not been read, right? So that is again true now. So true and true will be a true only, right? So option B will not be correct.
The true and false given in question is about found or not found.
Sorry. No, the question is about when this will go to a no branch. Okay. This will only go to no branch when the entire condition is becoming false. Yes. This here.
Sir,
So I
can you
guess
explain
option A, C, D is the correct one. Yeah, let's check.
Sir, can you explain option C alone?
Yes, yes. Check answers. Option number C.
Yeah.
So C is saying the variable found stores the value false. So not of false will become true. But we already all the cards has been read, right? So in that case, the first condition will become false. This one, right? No card plus false is basically what? It will go to no. So we don't have any card remaining. We have read all the cards, and the value of found is false.
Sir, in this process, all the cards will be get checked, na?
sorry, all the cards. So in this, in the case of first option, that is not the correct one. If we,
Sir,
the
I
value
am
is true,
saying, sir, I'm saying that in the according to flowchart, all the cards will participate, means all the cards will be going to be checked, the condition.
no. If it is a correct card, then we are setting found to true. In that case, it will stop the iteration. We will not go with the remaining cards.
Please explain option number B.
Option number B said, see,
Question number 2, option B. Yes.
D or B?
B, second one.
Yeah. Here found is false, and we have not been read. So we have more cards. So more card and it's false, right? So that is basically entire condition is what? True. So if you look at not found, so not of true, not of false will be a true. So this will be true, and we have another card that is true. So true and true will be true. We'll go to S branch here. So we want to find out the condition where we go to no branch, right? So try to solve this question again. I hope this thing is clear to everyone. Any other doubt from 2.1?
Sir, 2.9.
Okay, 2.2. Any other doubt? 2.2. Anyone? We'll go one by one.
Sir, 2.3
2.2, the
question
last
number 1.
Okay, wait. 2.2.
2.2 last question, sir.
Yes,
And
sir. 2.2 I
2.3
have a
question
doubt,
number
sir.
1.
2.2 question number first, sir.
Yeah, okay, 2.2 question number first and last, right? Both the questions. Okay. So finding the maximum variable max initialized to 0. Is that correct? The following case, the maximum value can initialize with the marks of any card scorecard. Is that true? Why it's true? Yes, anyone tell me?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
For finding out the maximum value, we can initialize the marks with any card in the score data set.
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
it should be false, because if we take any data set, then I mean it will not correct
Change the marks of,
calculations, sir.
then we can get the marks which are better than of that marks when we initialize with that marks.
So if I want to find out the maximum marks, we are comparing that marks is greater than the particular maximum marks or not. And then we are storing that max equals to marks, right? That is what we are doing, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I can start with 0. So 0, so marks 20 greater than 0. Yes, will go. I can start with 40 also. If I start with 40, what will happen?
It will
For the
check
20 and
marks
30, yeah. For 20, 30, 40, all will be a false. For 25 also this condition will become false. But what about 45? In that case,
It's
45
true.
greater than 40,
Becomes
true.
true.
Again, we are setting max to 45. So we are getting the maximum marks here out of our 5 cards, right? So I can set any value for maximum, but it should be the range of that particular data set. That's why we have specified.
Sir,
I
can we
cannot
say,
say 101, right? This is not a correct one.
sir, I have a
That's,
doubt.
yes.
Sir, if we set max at 100, but no one has marks greater than or equal to 100, all the other marks are less than 100. So, sir, in this case, the
Yeah.
max
In
would
that
be
case,
wrong,
we will
sir.
not get the maximum, right? So we are saying with marks any of the cards in the score data set.
Okay, sir. Okay, then it is correct. Got
Even if we have a if we set max equals to 100, but if we have a card of 100, in that case, that will be satisfied, right?
Yes.
What about question number 2? What's your doubt? Yes, tell me what's your doubt in question number 2? Okay, if no one is having doubt, then we will go to a 2.3. 2.3, anyone having doubt?
No.
Okay, great. 2.4,
First question, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
first question. So we have to refer to the procedure of maximum number of bills that have been generated by
Sir,
any job.
2.3 question number 1. Sorry.
2.3.
Yes, sir. 2.3 also, sir. Question number 1. That.
Suppose we wish to find out the shortest sentence, right? The words paragraph. We decide to use two variables, mean and count. Okay, so that keeps the track of length of the shortest sentence seen so far as the length of the current sentence respectively. Okay. Which of the following is a valid initialization of mean?
Option
So
number
which one is
C.
correct?
Option number C. The
Minimum, right? So we want to find out the length of the shortest sentence seen so far.
Sir, when we find a minimum, we should means we have to go for means maximum numbers of data which we have.
Sir, how to use data in this statement?
So we don't have to use data. If we are checking, suppose if I want to find out the mean will represent length of shortest sentence, right? Now we want to find out the shortest sentence here, right? So value must be a minimum. So for which value we have to use for the initialization of mean? Let's say, for example, I have 5 sentences in the words data set, right? So with the 1, 2, 3, we have 5 sentences. First sentence having 4 words, second sentence having 5 words, third sentence having 8 words, fourth sentence having again, let's for example, 4 words, and fifth sentence having again 3 words. Okay. In that case, I want to find out minimum number of words, right?
Sir, I just
Length
asking
of the
that
shortest
when
sentence, that should be a 3, right? So which value we have to initialize? 0, 3, or 10,000?
10,000, sir.
10,000.
Yeah, maximum only, right? Because we need to compare the number of words in that particular sentence with the mean. So it cannot be possible that we have 10,000 words in a particular sentence, right? So if you want to compare for the shortest, go for 10,000. But if I say a longest sentence, in that case,
0.
0 or -1, any value less than 0 is fine, right? That's the case. Any doubt now in question number 1?
So
No.
Okay. 2.4. Which question?
Second question, sir.
Okay, first and second both questions. So if procedure to find maximum number of bills that have been generated by any shop, intermediate state in the procedure we have follow up in the values of this variable. So here we have BB means Big Bazaar, SV store, Sun General, we have maximum 3. So number of bills that have been generated by any shop. Okay. So new card comes up, it belongs to SV store. So as of now we have this particular values and max is basically equals to 3. And now we have a new card from SV stores, right? After updating one of this variable, which of the following pair of variables would have been compared?
Max and SV. Option number 2.
So we are going to increment the SV store
Max
value.
and
So SV store we have to increment and then we have to compare with the maximum, right? Max and SV is the correct answer. Okay. So option number B is correct. What about question number 2? What's your doubt here?
Sir, kindly explain this once again.
So assume that we have already figured out the number of bills in the e-shop, maximum number of bills, right? It's stored in the variable max, right? Now we have new file containing 30 cards. All cards in file which are from 3 new shops, which is the least number of cards that we have to iterate over to determine the maximum number of bills generated among 6 shops. Okay. Dataset already has 30 cards. So we already figured out maximum number of bills generated by any shop. It is stored in the variable called max. Okay. Let's say we have a 50 number of cards, particular store. Let's say example SV store. Now we have a new file containing 30 cards. All cards in the files are from 3 new shops. What is the least number of cards that we have to iterate for determining the maximum number of bills generated among all 6 shops? So tell me how many comparisons are required?
Option number A is 30 because we already have 30 cards in the now max. So no cards will add up, right? I have only 30 cards in our
From
hand.
the previous 3 stores, we already know that one store is having maximum number of cards. Let's for example SV store. Now we have one more. We have 3 new stores, right? So how many comparisons are required? So we don't need to compare with the remaining 2 stores now, old stores, because we already know from those 3, SV store is basically a maximum number of bits, right? So we don't need to compare with the Big Bazaar or Sun Central now. We only need to compare with the 30 cards having the 3 new shops. That's it. So 30 is the answer. Is the answer, right?
Sir, please explain the question once again. 2.4 question 1.
This only, no? So see, we already find out that among 3 stores, which store is having the maximum number of cards.
One.
Sir,
Okay.
that max and SV means
Okay,
that
is this clear,
previous question.
everyone?
Yes, max and NV.
Okay.
SV.
No, sir, not this one. Second number question.
Yeah, this second question only now. Is this clear?
Question above this.
Okay, wait. I'm talking about this question number 2. Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Sir, please repeat it again. Question number 2.
See, here we are when what is given to us, maximum number of bills generated by any shop. Already we have calculated that one, right? And store is maximum variable. Let's say, for example, among 3 shops, Sun General, SV Store, Big Bazaar, we know that one of the stores is having maximum number of bills, right? So in the next case, we have 30 cards, but we have 3 new shops. So we don't need to compare all the cards with this ST and Big Bazaar now, because we already know we have SV store to compare, right? So we don't need to compare with the previous 2 old shops. So in that case, we just need 30 cards, or you can say number of cards for the comparison. Okay, that's so this number of cards that would have been entered over the data is 30. Okay? Because we don't
Okay,
need
sir.
to compare the previous 3 shops. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So question number 1, right? So simple question. So you can see here, we already calculated this particular value, Big Bazaar, SV store, this one, right? Now the next card is from SV store. So it means what? SV will become what? 4, because a counting number of bills. Now we need to compare SV store with what? Find out the maximum number of bills with the maximum only. So SV and max. Okay. So all these questions of activity are based on the lectures. If you watch the lectures, based on that only we have asked the question. Okay. So refer to a lecture, then you have to solve the activity questions. Like you may think that some data is missing in the activity question, but that is not actually true. All the questions are based on the lectures. That's why you have to refer to the lecture and then you have to solve the questions. Don't think that any data is missing. Okay. So what we have discussed in the lecture, based on that only we have.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, question number 3. Okay, I think this is fine. Any doubt in 2.4 now?
Excuse me, sir.
No. Okay, 2.5. Anyone?
No.
Okay. 2.6.
Yes, sir. Question number 2 and 3.
Question number
2 and 3.
which activity? 2.5.
2.6.
2.6. Question number 2 and 3. So here we have a new version of paragraph for dataset has 30 words in it. Assume that we have figured out counts of all unique words. So we have paragraph word having 100 words, and we have figured out the count of unique words we have, the one iteration, right? So again, this question is based on the lecture, right? You can watch in the lectures. In this particular thing, we have 2 cases, one with single iteration, another with 2 iteration. Okay? So
Sir, I
after
watched the lecture and I want to know the options, sir. It will be exactly 6 time or sir, can you please scroll up this the
At
options?
most systems, sir. It might be at most systems.
Yes, sir. Please can you explain these options? I read the feedback, but I'm unable to understand why this is.
Okay, so you can see, okay, let's go to a question. So we have 100 words in the paragraph and we are finding out unique words in the data set in one iteration. That's it. After this, we initialize a variable called max to 0. This is used to find the count of most frequently occurring words. We now perform a second iteration over the unique words in the computer list value of max. So if you watch the lecture, you can see, let's say we have 100 words, and for every word we have a count. For example, we have 3, it we have 4, was we have 5, something like that, right? Monday we have 3, like that. So we have a count for every word, right? Now what we need to find out? Most frequently occurring word. So how we are going to find out frequently occurring word? Whose count is more among all the words? Can we say like that? So here we are interested in unique words in any order to compute the value of max, right? So we need to find out most frequently occurring word. So that count will be a more among all the words. The final value of max is 6, and we find out that the value of maximum is 6. How many times it was updated during the course of the program?
At most, it's
Sir, it will be exactly 6 times because every time the last time we update the card, it will count that number, right? Exactly 6 times it will be.
no, we can't tell like that because when we do that, if for the first card, when we pick up, it became 6, and so we don't want to move it or update it anymore.
But that card will be updated 6 times. I mean, even if
That
the first.
the question is that how many times the variable is iterated, not the card.
Yeah.
Sir, can you explain this with example? I'm confused between these options, sir. Exactly 6 times and at most 6 times. What is the difference between both them?
At most,
Yes, sir.
at most means what? It can be between 0 to 6. Okay. Exact 6 months, value is 6 only, right?
It's
It can be
always 6.
added for 5 also, 4 also, like that. Okay.
Okay, sir, when we initialize with 0, then it is at most 6 times. And when it starts from 1, then it is exactly 6 times.
Now, also it is at most systems.
Value of max 6.
Sir, question is asking about the value of max. Max is 6, sir. So we have to start counting from 0 to going towards 6, sir. So each number of count we have to do it. So in that case, sir, at most 6 is the correct answer. And exactly 6 means you have to directly come into conclusion that this could be the 6 is the maximum number.
Exactly 6 times, it means that we will update 6 times. First, second, third, fourth, 5, and 6. Not we'll drag them to the conclusion 6 times. Every time when we'll update, it will count as a 1, 2, 3. I'm getting as this thing.
No, when the max value is greater than of the stored value, then only the variable is iterated. Till then, it is stored there.
Okay, can you explain this? The statement written below. Max value can be updated as 1, 2, 4, 5, and then
Equal max
6.
to 0. And
With any example, can you please explain this?
It is so simple that for the first the variable is initialized to 0, and when we take the card, it is less than it is greater than 1, it is greater than 0, and the variable is initialized to 1, then it's add 1 to it, right? Right?
find the count find the count of most frequently occurring word. Okay, so there are the words frequently occurring word. Okay, right. That's so value can be updated as
Sir, it is just like, for example, R or M, or in any take any preposition, or maybe take any noun, sir. So each time we are going to be calculate a noun of the, so we have to update it. So for example, we have to start from 0. Then again, when we add +1, then we have to again it would be 1. Then again it would be 2. Then 3, and it was max. It is going towards 6, sir. And exactly 6 means, that means directly you are coming to the conclusion that 6 would be the maximum marks. So that is the difference between exactly and uttermost 6.
Yeah. So yeah, we are updating this maximum value like from, because we are counting it, right? From 0 to 1, 1 to 2, like that, right?
No, sir. If we found a card which has a value of 6, then it is the variable is changed to 6, right? Then we don't want to change that. And if we found
This
a
is
card
used to
which is
find
more
the
than 6.
count of most frequently occurring word. Count of most frequently occurring word.
Yes, sir. For example, noun. For example, sir, Ramesh, the name, sir. In the if in the paragraph that I mean, or maybe take an example of the. So how many times the attended that sentence? You have to check all these things.
So there are two variables, count and max. When the count is greater than max, then only the max is updated. So we can't change that as till that it is incrementing by one by one. It can be incremented to 6 and still stay there without changing the variable or incrementing the variable.
Right. So see, max is storing count of most frequently occurring word. And let's, for example, we have this much thing, and let's say we have of having 6 number of times. It's the maximum thing, right? Now we want to find out the count of most frequently occurring word, that is basically 6. We already know max is starting from 0. So we'll compare with 3, we'll compare with 4, right? Like this. And then we update it to what? 6. And if we got,
Sir, please tell me about admit card qualifier exam.
wait, you can ask this question later. Okay. Yeah, so this is the thing here, what this exactly is meaning, right? So find the count of most frequently occurring word, right? So what this sentence mean? Yes, anyone? Can you tell me? Max is used to find the count of most frequently occurring word. And most frequently occurring word, let's say, for example, we have this one. We have calculated the first iteration. And out of that, we are saying what's the count of that particular word. That is basically a 6, right? So we perform second iteration or unique to the max value.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, can you please tell me about admit card qualifier exam?
I am not sure about that. You can mail to support for all those queries.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, I will check this question with
The answer is just simple, sir. At most system means it could be 6 or less, right? We don't claim the exact number. Since we only know the final value is 6, but not sequence of updates. So we can't say exactly 6 times. But we guarantee that it was not updated more than 6 times.
But it also can be 6 times, right? So there should be option given that
it can be,
the options should be multiple choice, that exactly system can be and
at most
also
it
at most
also
6
includes 6 times also, right?
It can be, not exactly 6 times.
Yeah.
So at most is less than or equal to. So the both conditions comes under at most.
Exactly 6 is not correct. At most 6 is more. Yeah. Anyhow, check with this question. Okay. Yeah. At most 6 is correct.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other doubt in 2.6?
No, sir.
Okay. 2.7. Okay, great. 2.8.
2.8, question number 1.
Question number 1.
1.
Okay.
This.
Yeah, flowchart. Yeah, okay.
ഇപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഞാൻ നൈസിന് ഗൂഗിളിൽ കയറി അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയർ എച്ചറിലെ ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ
This question number 1, right? Flowchart. So flowchart discussed in the lecture. This is a flowchart given to us. If there are n cards in a data set, how many times the first decision block visited? Okay. So smart, we are starting max 0. If we have more cards, then we are executing this one. Move x to pile 2. If this condition is true, then we are updating that. Otherwise, we are going for a next iteration here, right? So if suppose we have n number of cards in a data set, how many times the first decision block visited? Tell me. Yes.
n+1.
First, this is first decision block, right? So let's say, for example, I have 5 cards here, right? So first I visit this card. Again, I will check satisfying. Again, go back. Again, second card, third card, fourth card, fifth card, like that, right? So this should be 5 or what? N or n+1.
n+1, sir, because we want to check that is there any cards remains.
So how many times we are for the first card we are checking, second card, third card, fourth card, fifth card. Yes. After fifth card, again we are checking whether cards are available or not, right?
Yes,
That is
sir.
n
Then
plus
it
one.
becomes
Then
n+1.
it will go
Yes,
to
sir.
our
It's n+1, sir.
n+1, right?
Okay,
So for
sir,
n
got
number
it.
of cards, we'll check, but again we'll go back to this particular decision. We'll see we have more cards or not, but our pile is empty. So again, we are checking that condition, that is n+1 here. Okay. What about second question?
Sir, question number 4.
Question number 4 here.
Sir, I did not understand the option A, B. Sir, B options. Option second. The statement I could not
Programmer
understand.
realizes mistake and revert to original flowchart, but now for some weird reason he changed this decision to second block to read as follows. Second block to read as follows: max equals to 98. What would be the variable max stored at the end of execution? Okay, so let me go back to the yes. Same. Change the second block to read as follows: maximum 98, right? So second block we are checking max to 98 here. Right? Yeah, then it will store maximum mathematics marks, provided that the marks is less than 98, then it can be correct, but that is not correct here. It will store mathematics marks, provided at least one student who scored greater than or equal to 98. Yes. So that max will get updated till when? Till 98 gets satisfied, right? So this is the correct option here. If no student has scored more than 98, max will store the value as 98. Yes, that is correct. Even if we have 97 as the highest mathematics marks, but this max option will storing 98, right? It means what? Even if no student has scored the more than 98 marks, it will still store the value 98 if we initialize with that. Okay, so yeah, option D is also correct. So we'll compare
Sir,
this
can you
98
please,
with all the cards, and anyway, if we found marks with more 98, then it will be 98 only, right? So yeah, option B is correct. Yeah, B and C. Yes.
sir, sir, we have a mathematics sessions from 8 to 10 after this class, sir. So
Yeah.
can you please end this one?
Yeah, yeah. So if you have, if you don't have any doubt, you can leave. Okay, I will just complete the remaining
Hello,
activity.
sir.
Yes.
Can you link in the calendar the notes of today's meeting?
Notes, only that summary slides, right? This one. Okay, I will add that.
Because in math there is added, it is easier. I know.
Yeah, I will add that. So,
Okay, thank you, sir.
any doubt in question number 2.9? Okay.
No, sir.
2.10?
No, sir. Sir, I
Okay.
have a conceptual doubt. What is the nested and non-nested iteration?
Okay. So see, if we use this while loop, right? So we have some condition, right? So when we are executing some particular line of block, so we are executing this while loop again and again like this. This is a what non-nested, right? But if I again use while inside the while, okay, condition. Now what is happening here? I'm comparing this one, then I'm entering the block for this condition true. Now inner while loop will get execute till this condition become false. The moment this become false, then I'm going for a second iteration for outer while loop. Okay, that's what nested iteration is. We have while inside the while. Okay, we can say nested iteration.
Okay, one condition within one condition
Yeah,
for the
we can say.
nested. Okay, sir.
So how this will work? It will check condition only one time, and then inside for the inner while loop, it will check for till this particular condition become false. When the
Is
while
it
loop
we
when the
can
while
use
loop,
it if as well?
yeah, that is also we can say nested if condition. If condition, again inside this if we have again one more if, right? It's also nested if condition you can see. But this will execute only when this is true, right? This is what nested if condition you can see. We have if inside the if.
Okay, so sir, for the nested one, the first condition should be true, then we can check the second condition.
Yeah.
The first
For
condition should
example,
meet.
yeah, you can see this condition, this if. Again, I'm writing if, again we have a condition, right? So in this case, what will happen? Both if will execute. But this is not non-nested. But if I write this if condition, now inside this if condition, again I'm writing one more if condition. Now it's a nested one. Okay. Now this will execute only when this is true, right? Then only we can enter the block, right? That's the case. If we use nested one, this will execute only when the first if condition is true. And if we use this separately, then anyway both if statement will execute. Okay.
It could be more than two conditions.
Yeah, it can be more than two if statement also. Doesn't matter then. Here also while inside, while again, while we can do like that. So we have few more questions like that in the further part of the course, like week 3, week 4, we have this one, this straight one.
Sir, I have doubt on question number 2.
Which assignment?
Sir, this one only, 10th one.
Okay. The following pseudocode executes sum of physics marks of all students may have some incorrect statement. Identify erroneous line. So we need to find out sum of mathematics marks, right?
Sir, how
So in
line
physics,
5 is wrong?
we need to find out physics marks, right? What is given here?
Yeah. Okay, understood.
Here, physics marks, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So please try to solve the practice assignment question. In the Monday session, we'll discuss practice assignment solution. Okay. So that's it from my
Thank you
side. We
so
have
much.
discussed today summary plus activity question, and initially we have discussed graded assignment and doubts also, right? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.